Halloween marketing. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Halloween's a very interesting holiday, and the evolution that has happened over the past handful of years has been amazing to me. I know that when I was a kid, I knew one person that had a birthday around Halloween, and she may have like a Halloween costume party or something like that. But besides that, we had a couple of relatives that we would go and visit and show them off our costumes. The local, like my grandparents and my great aunt, and we would do that on a pretty yearly basis. Besides that, the whole trick-or-treating thing happened about an hour or so. We walked a couple of blocks in a very common area to go trick-or-treating, and would get a little bag with candy in it. Nowadays, if you're a parent, you know this, Halloween is everywhere for at least a week, sometimes longer. I think if you looked hard, you could probably find it in other places longer. And this is the commercialization and everything else, and obviously it seems even the controversy around Halloween with people who are more religious, who see it as a satanic holiday, even that has created a different format, because then people have harvest festivals to combat it, or they have a trunk and treat out at their church parking lot. And trunk and treat nowadays, that's where you have the candies in the trunk from people who you know, and they have a bunch of cars set up that have candy available in it instead of going door to door. And maybe they offer in a different way. There's a million different versions of what the modern Halloween has moved into, even things that are completely anti-Halloween but happen at the same time of year to combat Halloween, and so it's all codependent on each other. But it's an interesting idea. What is the marketing? What is the marketing that you could use in your business, regardless of what you think about Halloween? Acknowledging its existence, acknowledging trick-or-treating, acknowledging harvest festivals, acknowledging that it exists, will gain you attention during that time of year. And this goes across the board, regardless of the holiday, regardless of the season. If you can acknowledge what's going on in people's minds, you can tie it together. And this doesn't just have to do with holidays. You could do the same thing just with the change in weather. So for example, we have a chain that's here in town that I believe it offers hot chocolate on rainy days. So of course, when it rains, all of my kids are programmed to want to go to this one restaurant to get free hot chocolate. And even my wife is the most programmed. She's the one, hey, we could take them and go get a hot chocolate. And it's a very funny thing, but it is taking something that is common, that is in the public consciousness, and tapping into it and saying, we're doing this because of that. Or look at us because you're thinking about this. And it's the concept that goes back, and it's been a quote that's been attributed to a bunch of different people, but it's the conversation that it's basically having a conversation that's already going on in your customer's head and tapping into that. How can you tap into that conversation that's already going on and be able to tie it to whatever it is that you're wanting attention for? That's a big piece of marketing. And so if you can look at any type of holiday and find any way, any excuse whatsoever just to bring it up, because they're already thinking about it, it's already on their mind, let alone if you have something that directly relates or can tie into what they're doing. There is a local shopping center here. My wife and I own a property management company and consulting company that has worked with them for a number of years, and they put on some form of Halloween thing every year that we've always had some part in, and that is something that draws more and more and more people, because it's annual. More and more people come every year to it, and there's more and more and more attention. And even with that, there are still people within that shopping center, businesses, that don't take full advantage of it. I don't understand why. Well, I do understand why. It's because of bureaucracy and top-down corporations that aren't really paying attention, don't really care that much about the bottom line, the people who are making the decisions. But it's there. It's available. And you can help build traditions around a certain time of year if you offer something that people are already looking for. I just can't believe all the activities available just during Halloween. Some of them are just average everyday people having parties. We had some friends down the road that had a costume party with activities and stuff. But also all the churches, all the businesses, all the nonprofits that are doing something related to this time of year. Don't mark it off just because it seems everyone's doing it. The fact that everyone's doing it shows you that there might be something to it, that everyone is thinking about it, whether they want to be or not. It's in everybody's mind. So something to keep in mind, not just for this time of year, but for all holidays and all times of year where we have something in common, where you know what people are thinking. Pretty good guess. You can guess what people are thinking. So that's all I have regarding that. The way to really tap in and to keep in contact with people, regardless of what it is that you're offering, I would highly suggest content marketing, and content marketing on a regular basis. Content marketing is that idea that you're putting out marketing that has some value attached to it, even if that's just entertainment value. And having that go out on a regular basis. Nowadays, there's so many ways you can do it for inexpensive to free, just like if you're watching or listening to this podcast. So if you want to find out more about content marketing, see if it's right for you, your business, your cause, go check out my training, contentmarketingquestion.com. That question is what we're going to answer, which is, should we even do content marketing? Go check it out. You'll find out I play both sides, so I'll give you some reasons not to do it. And if you think that it fits you, then it'll be worth your money also. contentmarketingquestion.com. That's all I got for tonight. You have a good one. See you next time. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.